Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Alison Maneros, and it is indeed a terrific Thursday. So let us ensure we keep it that way. But before we get into the good show that I have in store for you, let us check out the news highlights.
Good morning. The Infrastructure Minister says major roadworks are about to commence. The announcement follows several public complaints about the deplorable state of the island's roads.
What we are planning to do this year is, as the dry season ensues, we're hoping that we can make some adjustments to the budgetary allocations so that we can do more construction during the dry season rather than allow the new financial year to come. And by the time the mechanics of the financial year starts, then you move into the rainy season, and that's when we start road construction.
The Infrastructure Minister says other major road development works will be undertaken around the country, and these will be announced by the Prime Minister once negotiations are complete. Castries North MP Stevenson King, meanwhile, says the government is still awaiting developer interest for the construction of a town centre in place of the Leclerc CDC buildings. Back in 2018, you will remember Leclerc residents who occupied the CDC apartments were paid by the government to relocate. The dilapidated CDC buildings were then demolished to make way for the proposed town centre.
It was demolished a long time ago. We have a major development plan for Leclerc CDC area. It's not going to be housing, it's going to be a town centre, and we're waiting for proposals from interested developers, some of which have already expressed their interest. We're hoping for those proposals to come forward, and then we'll consider and determine when we can proceed.
Though not able to give a definite date for the commencement of works, the Castries North MP indicated that the new development is expected to enhance community commerce and create jobs. The U.S. Navy hospital ship USNS Comfort will return to St. Lucia this year. Hundreds of St. Lucians benefited from the medical mission when the hospital ship first visited the island in 2019.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs is working along with the Ministry of External Affairs, and we will announce very soon the procedures and so on. There will be a number of opportunities for minor surgeries. There will be training, in all sorts of areas, and we're doing both dental and other medical procedures, and I'm sure the people of St. Lucia will benefit from this as they did in 2019.
The hospital ship will arrive here in March. Finally, from us, the Department of Infrastructure is reminding the public that vehicular traffic beyond the failed Riviere meter crossing is prohibited. Reconstruction works on the crossing, which commenced in December last year, continue. The Infrastructure Department is requesting the patience and cooperation of motorists during the construction work and apologizes for the inconvenience.
The department and the contractor are currently engaged in preliminary works, which include the fabrication of steel cages off-site. In the interim, the department's road maintenance teams are conducting potholing works on the alternative route, that is from the Valerie Lord Avenue area to Tido Fair, Deramo, through to the main Moshi Road and environs, to ensure that it is comfortably traversable to motorists.
The project is expected to finish in March of this year. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thanks, news team, and don't go too far because we'll be right back. Guys, so we have Delia Dolor who gives us a better overview on what we are celebrating January into February. So let's check her out. Good morning, beautiful people. I am joined here with Delia Dolor, and she is the PR and media coordinator for a lot of events that is coming up. But before we get into that, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great. I mean, you have to be wonderful when you're in St. Lucia, right?
That is true. It is a beautiful day. You know, the sun is shining, so we want to ensure that we have those amazing smiles on our faces and we're ready for the day. Now, there's a lot we are celebrating in January into February. So just tell the people a brief on what we're going on.
Well, this year we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Nobel Laureate Festival. And we are encouraging everyone, please come. We have something for everyone, all types of events. And if you missed the painting events this weekend, went past, you really missed a wonderful event. But the coming weeks, we have dance, we have lectures, we have the wreath laying ceremony, which people think is kind of really standard to a certain extent, because of what it is. You have to do it in a certain way, but the students always put on something really, really wonderful, and it's always beautiful. And of course, both our Nobel laureates are up there, so it's a wonderful day.
That is what we love to hear. Now, we have a lot to celebrate. Now, this year there's a theme. So could you tell the people what that theme is?
Okay, so this year we're celebrating the theme Celebrating Excellence, Nurturing Our Creativity, Consolidating Our Legacy. And in itself, it kind of says it really. It says that when we start to grow and enhance our talents, eventually we're going to get to a place that will give us that excellence so that we can make a legacy, produce a legacy out of it. So it's very straightforward. It means a lot. And I think it's a wonderful title to show that over the 30 years that the festival has been going on, we ourselves, because we started as a day, then as a week, and now as a festival. And the festival, it goes for at least 6 weeks, and some people think it's just, maybe a month, but we do have events in February. And that's why we say to everyone, please keep in touch with us on our social media pages, which is Facebook, because then you can share it with your family and friends abroad, and you don't have to miss any of the events.
There's a lot happening, a lot. And we need to take that time to celebrate, because St. Lucia is the only place with 2 Nobel laureates in the Caribbean. Could you imagine? We need to celebrate that. Now, although our Nobel laureates have come and gone, but we need to still celebrate because they did an amazing work when they were here, and they impacted us in many ways that a lot of people don't necessarily like to look at. But they did. So we need to go out and we need to support a lot of these people, because we have a lot of people coming up showing us their amazing talents. Everybody's been so original this year, giving out their work, and they need that support that we, the St. Lucians, need to come and back up our people. We are all raised from this soil, so we have to support each other left, right, and center. Now, there's a lot of events that have passed already, but could you tell us a little bit of what's to come?
Well, this week we have many lectures going on. And when we say lectures, people think, oh, not for me. But I'm telling you, sometimes, and most times, the people who are delivering the lectures, they go to the grassroots level. So they actually, especially with economics, they will start and say why it's important and how Sir Arthur's theories have an impact on the rest of the world, and then they put it into bigger context. So they start kind of slow, and but it's really, really interesting. So on Thursday, the 19th of January, we have the Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture. It's taking place at the Finance Administrative Centre, but what you really want to know is who's delivering it and what it's all going to be about. So we have Dr. June Suma, and she's presenting her lecture, Sir Arthur Lewis and Racism, Growing Inequality and the Right to Development, Destruction of Civilization. A mouthful, but I'm sure it's going to be extremely interesting. That's at 7:30. And on Wednesday, we have another lecture that's in the Groselay community. And I'm sure you know that the Groselay, Canaries, Barbano, and now Soufrière have come on board as part of the festival. And they have their own elements of events there, which you can get the information directly from them or on the Facebook page, St. Lucia Nobel Laureates. And we also have the wreath laying ceremony. That's on Friday, the 20th in the morning, followed by a visit to the Sir Derek Walcott Library. We went there last year, and I was just so amazed. It's not what you expect it to be. It's a really lovely building, a really lovely space, and it's been organised so well. It's beautiful. So it's been interesting to see how they've updated that. And on Friday, the 20th of January, we have St. Mary's College tribute to the laureates, and it's called Resurrection. And they always put on a wonderful, wonderful event. No matter what it is they do, they put it on. So all the information, I know that people know how to get it. We have programs. You can also text us courtesy of one of our sponsors, Flow. The number is 2412111. So if you want to know more about what's happening this week and next week and going into February, just text, and if you just say program, then we will ensure that you get it. We have our two customary sponsors, which is the Bank of St. Lucia and the Library Cooperative Credit Union. But this year we have two new sponsors, Flow, who is going to ensure that we send you SMS messages so that you can know what's happening. And also we have the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, who have kindly said that they are going to bring two people to St. Lucia, all expenses paid, to fly them in to come to the next Nobel Laureate Festival. So it's important you check our Facebook page. The information is going to be there, and of course the SLTA website. And then you can forward it to your family and friends. If you're in St. Lucia, don't think, oh, well, it's not for me because I live here. But I'm sure you have family and friends overseas that you'd love them to come. And then perhaps you can show them not just St. Lucia, but of course you'll have to attend the festival, right?
So guys, you see there's a lot happening, so get involved. If you cannot go to all events, at least try to get to one, because I think there's a lot happening, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to see, and honestly it's a breath of fresh air when you get to see a little bit more about our St. Lucian culture. Now, I personally enjoy every minute of it. I've experienced some of the events in the past, and honestly, it is something that I encourage everyone to participate in. Whether you can participate, whether you can just show up, show up is one of the best ways to show support. Now with that, I want you to tell the people how they can contact you and the entire group so they can know what event is coming up. So both cell numbers, socials, and all of that information.
So you can text us and simply just say program and we'll send one to you, and that's 2412111. Or you can go to Facebook, and that's under Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia. That's it.
Right. Perfect. So you see, it's that easy. So guys, go out, check them out, and I will see you in just a little bit. Thanks for sticking around, guys. So as I was traveling through Choiseul, I stumbled across Shania Jn Baptiste, a very talented potter, artist, and whatnot. I think she will do a better job at explaining who she is and what she's all about. So let's see. Good morning, beautiful people. We are here in Choiseul, and I came across Shania Jn Baptiste. Now, she is an artist, so I was told. So, how are you doing, Shania?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
That's what we love to hear. You see how she smiled instantly? That is what we like to see around here. Now, you are an artist, so what type of art do you do?
Well, when I started off, I would draw and paint, but now I do ceramics. I do sculptures, so yeah.
Okay, so guys, she does a lot. She does a lot. So how did you get into art?
Well, my cousin was really the one who inspired me. A lot of the time, I would see him draw, and I'm like, I can do that. I can do that better than him. So that's how I started drawing, and then eventually I got into painting when I went to secondary school. For my SBAs, I did painting and mixed media, and it really had me painting most of the time. So that's how I got into painting. And then eventually I got into pottery, ceramics, pottery/ceramics. To me, it's the same thing. I saw that there was an advertisement online for the School of Art and Design in Marisol, and I decided to apply because I've always wanted to get into clay and stuff. When I was younger, my dad, he lives in an area where there's lots of local clay, so I would get my hands into the clay and stuff. And I thought it was a great opportunity for me to dig deeper into it. So I applied, and I got into knowing about ceramics, pottery, so I make mugs, plates, sculptures, whatever you can think of you can do with clay. I can do it.
All right. Now, for those of you who do not know, Shania and I actually met at Signature School of Art and Design. So, we were both in the same field. So, how was school like for you?
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was very informative. We got to learn a lot about, glazes and how, our mugs come about and plates and stuff. So, yeah, it was really great. Awesome.
Now, I know being a young person interested in art and the creative side of things, I know life can be a little difficult. So, what struggles did you face?
Presently, with pottery, I don't have my own equipment because the equipment is quite expensive. I don't have my own pottery wheel, my own kiln. These are equipment that you need in order to do your pottery. So right now, Amanda she's been really great in helping me, and I use some of her stuff in order to complete my work. So financing is,
I think it's always a big issue when it comes to the art. A lot of young people are very interested, but as those of you who may not know, art equipment is very, very costly. So if you're picking up at school or whatever, just keep that in mind. But the amazing things that you can do with it, honestly, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
Definitely.
Now, seeing that you came from school being someone who's young, a lot of people don't like to take persons who are interested in art that seriously.
Yes.
So is there anything out there you'd like to say to anyone who is interested in coming down into the creative department?
Guys, if art is something that you're very passionate about, stick at it. I know that it can be hard sometimes, but the rewards at the end will definitely be worth it. Follow your heart.
Yes, that's some good words of inspiration right there, because at the end of the day, you need to do what you love. And once you're doing what you love, you will never work a day in your life, or at least you will not feel like you're working, right? Yeah. So with that, I want to say thank you. But before you leave us, just let them know how they can contact you and where they can get you.
I actually have some of my work. There is a souvenir gift shop, college souvenir gift shop near Massey, so you guys can get some of my artwork there.
Keep in mind, guys, that is in Choiseul, so not any Massey,
right.
Massey in Choiseul, right? So just tell people how they can contact you and where they can get you.
Okay, you guys can get me on Instagram. My art page name is sj_and_art. And after the and there's an underscore as well. And my personal Instagram, because sometimes I shift in between those two, is callme_sjsj. And my contact info is 716-0157. I'm open for commission, you guys.
All right. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for joining me here today. And guys, I will see you in just a little bit.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Lori, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a cardio soca jam routine to Do Play That by Marshall Montano. Let's get moving. So we're going to begin with our right leg, toe, tapping, hands side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Pump the arms. Pump. Removing the core as well. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to shuffle. Push. Move those legs. Turn. 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 Gonna tap, tap, and pull. Tap. Four, 3, 2. Left leg. Let's go. And by low impact, you can skip the jump and just tap the leg. 4, 3, 2, pump, and 4, 3, 2, shuffle, push, turn, 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 pull and 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. 4, 3, 2, 1, pump. Hey. Push. Turn. 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 Left leg. Tap. 4, 3, 2, 1, pump. 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Turn. 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 That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with SocaCize. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it because I know I certainly did. It is a terrific Thursday, as I said in the beginning, so ensure that you go out and put your best foot forward and have an amazing day. And I'll see you Friday morning bright and early. Bye.